Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make a part 2 to my coming out video because I feel like there's some really important parts that I need to touch over, especially after reading a few of the comments that I got on my previous video, which thank you so much for all your love and support. It really means a lot to me. And even though there was a couple of negative comments on there, like they don't really affect me because I'm a lot stronger now than I would have been when I was 18 going through this. So thank you and to those guys. So first of all, I want to get into what it's like for our parents when we come out, because I think that's something that as a community we really overlook. I remember when I was probably about 12 or maybe even younger, I started to realize that I was more attracted to men and I wasn't attracted to women, and it was like these crazy emotions, and it was really hard for me to deal with inside. And by the time that I got forced out, everything was so normal for me, you know, like it was normal for me to be attracted to guys. It was normal for a female not to be attractive to me. And I've had like 8 years now, 7 years of getting to know that I'm gay and I'm okay with it. Even though it's really scary to admit it and come out, I was still okay with it in my heart. So when we're thinking about coming out to our parents and things, we have to think about how all of a sudden they may even perceive you to be gay, but it's not a spoken thing, so they don't really think about it that way until you actually say it. So for them it's a shock, it's an ultimate shock factor. They've lived 50 something years of their lives and they haven't encountered this because A, you're their first child, and B, they might have gay friends, they might not have gay friends, but it doesn't really affect them, and it's not a daily thing that they see. But when their child's gay, it's a daily thing, and it's what they're gonna see for the rest of their life pretty much. So it's a major shock. And we have to remember that when we first initially discovered it, or the first time that we thought those thoughts, we were shocked because it wasn't the norm of what was around us, and we felt really isolated being gay. So when you do come out and your parents do react, like they're going to react 90% of the time because it's a shock. Whether it's right or wrong or anything else, it's a shock. And you know, after a few months, most parents are okay with it. They just have to get over that initial hurdle. And I don't think that's spoken about much when we do coming out videos, which I think is really important to touch on because it is a major thing. That we have to be aware of and that everyone should know about. And yeah, just take your parents into consideration and their emotions. It's not all about you being gay. It's their whole lifetime not knowing what it's like to have a gay child, and all of a sudden they have a gay child. The same as when they give birth, they freak out. What do I do with this baby? Like it's this tiny little thing, like help, mum, I need your help, dad, like can you look after a baby, like babysit. It's a shock, and it's the same thing for us as we come out to them. They get a shock. So, you know, even if your parents react a little bit strange the first time you tell them and like get a bit mad or whatever, just don't take it to heart because it is a shock. And I've said that word, I don't know, you can go back and count how many times if you want and let me know in the comments below, because that's like, I said it a lot, but I'm gonna say it one more time. For your parents, it's a shock. So yeah, that's one of like the major things that I wanted to touch on today, was talking about that. Second of all, like if you've watched my first video, I noticed that I got a lot of comments that were saying, you know, oh, why would you put yourself back in that situation, or why would you go back to him, or you know, all these things. But when you're 17 and this has just happened to you, and you've like really, you're like, I personally was a really insecure person when I was growing up, and I had no confidence whatsoever, and I couldn't deal with confrontation or anything. I was like this weak little mess in the corner. But when you're like in that vulnerable state and somebody does that, they kind of become all you know. And if they're that sort of person, they're gonna take and take and take, and they're gonna like crumple you down and belittle you and basically emotionally bully you, so you think that you're worth nothing. And I read a lot of these comments saying, you know, oh, it's a sad story or anything like that, and it is, but it's not, because right now I'm in a lot better space than probably what they are, because I've had all these experiences, and I'm a lot stronger now, and I can deal with a lot more confrontation than I could have back then. And you know, the person I am today wouldn't be here without going through all that, and I wouldn't be able to put this video out and hopefully help at least one of you guys. So I think that's another important thing that I really wanted to touch on is, you know, at that stage in my life I was nothing like what I am now, and if you know me back then and you're watching this, like, I'm sure you can vouch for me on that, because completely different person. So there's two of the main things that I really wanted to touch on. The other one was the overwhelming support I've got in the comments is just like crazy, and thank you so much. And I didn't realize that the community of LGBT was so supportive, because I had never really A, put myself out there, but B, the only community I knew was in clubs, and the way the community is in clubs, it can be very cliquey and bitchy, and people are drunk, and there's like, you know, God knows what going on. But online, the gay community seems to be so supportive and so amazing, and I am actually really inspired and like proud to be a part of it, which if you watched my last video, sorry, then you will see that I wasn't so proud to be a part of it. So thank you so much for helping me with that, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, anyway, this is just a little video I just wanted to put out and say a massive thank you, but also to add in those like two majorly important like notes that I really wanted to add on to that. And if you are coming out and you are scared or anything like that, please comment down below and I will get back to you and try and help you in any way that I can, even if it's just someone to talk to, because sometimes that's all you need, and I really do mean that. So please, yeah, let me know if you need help. Please like this video and subscribe. I really enjoy making these videos and I really want to like succeed doing this, and I appreciate you guys so much for watching. So thank you, and have an awesome day or night wherever you are, and yeah, just keep your chin up and we'll all make it through one day.